I'm Rob.
I'm Chris.
I'm Tim.
And I'm Boston.
And this, obviously, is Media Junkyard. We're back again in sunny San Francisco.
San Diego, even.
See, San Diego, even. Maybe.
It's Comic-Con. San Diego Comic-Con 2011.
You can feel the music in the air. It's electrifying.
It's electric.
Everyone's super excited. It's been great so far. I mean, we've hung out with some amazing people. We've done some amazing things, and you're gonna have a chance to see it all soon.
Yeah, we got some great coverage this year from a few different panels we went to. We got some great press coverage. We're gonna be talking to Jorge Garcia. We're gonna be talking to who else?
The original Lion-O.
Lion-O.
That's exciting.
Thunder.
No.
Thunder.
Nope.
You know, he does it better. Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, we Fringe and Chuck. Like some of the hits are back, and then a couple new properties as well.
Yeah.
Speaking of new properties, hey there, Tim.
Hi. First time here at the con. It's totally not what you would expect at all. It's a lot of fun, and we even recorded something a little sexy for you guys, I think.
It's super sexy.
Oh yeah.
Just because I thought the Junkyard's missing a little bit of the feminine perspective. So.
Oh, we even learned some new tricks from Colleen.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And most of all, check this place out. It's amazing. There's people everywhere dancing in the streets. That's a song, isn't it?
This is a song.
We got the Comic-Con Convention Center behind us. Behind Corey, we have all the hotels, all the crazy stuff going on. We got the amazing advertisements in the building, Mass Effect, Spider-Man, Total Recall reboot. It's awesome. It's a place to be. You guys gotta come out here and check it out when you get a chance.
Yeah, the entire downtown is filled with people.
Yeah,
like,
it's
taken
crazy.
over by Comic-Con.
This is something that we talk about mostly off camera. Never mind. Who's gonna make a joke and decide not to?
Okay.
So
The place smells great. I mean, everybody wears deodorant.
no, I was gonna go the other route. As many people know, this was supposed to be the last year of having Comic-Con here. It was supposed to be 2012.
Ah, yes.
They re-upped to have Comic-Con here through 2013. There's a contract with the city of San Diego. I don't think that this convention could be held anywhere else.
I don't either.
They're talking about Anaheim, they're talking about Vegas, and the reason being is just like we showed you moments ago, this takes over the entire city.
Yeah.
There's a huge contrast, especially between like New York Comic-Con. Granted, it's not the same scale, but it's literally the entire city. How many times walking down the street did we see random celebrities or
all the time.
Elijah
People
Wood when we were going
everywhere,
to...
yeah.
We saw Matt Groening like walking into the place.
Right.
And we just walked past Big Mike.
Big Mike,
Oh, yeah.
From Chuck.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see it over here, but Sci-Fi Network just took over a restaurant and renamed it for these past 4 days.
I think as did Spike.
Yeah.
I mean, there are these things, these branding campaigns that just spread out. Once you leave the convention center, it is still Comic-Con here in San Diego.
South Park has a big presence. They got like the whole like version of the town like up. It's pretty neat. You know?
Yeah, it's cool stuff, man.
I love seeing the cosplayers and all the people in the costumes. We even saw a really awesome Illyrio's son dressed as the Black Spider-Man.
Yes.
No offense. But he looked awesome. He was going like web shooting and everything. It looked really great. No.
Yeah, I mean, so there's so much for you guys to see. As always, we're excited to bring you some great coverage from down here. And
this year we have like input from other people, from friends that we met and people we know here. So we got like not just us jerks talking about everything.
right,
You know?
we get perspective from a lot of people. We actually took over 9 rooms of the Hyatt.
Yeah.
There's at least 25 of us staying on the floor.
Starburns is right down the hall from us.
Yeah, Starburns. We might have kept them up.
Some floor pizza was probably eaten.
Yeah.
So
This episode will be so nut 11able.
Okay.
that's true. You will never forget.
You
will never forget this
We
episode.
came up with patents. This Comic-Con?
Yeah, there are patents.
Oh, no, we
Patent
didn't.
pending. Patent pending.
Patent pending.
And of course, there's plenty of times where we're trying to spot the Will.i.am scream in like different pilots and stuff that we're watching.
Ha!
Will
Louder.
No, it's the Will.i.am scream. Yeah.
Yeah, Will.i.am scream.
I don't think
Louder!
Louder!
Bah. So yeah, I mean, welcome to this episode. Welcome to Comic-Con, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed being here.
Enjoy.
Absolutely.
Louder!
Brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape his sight. Hal Jordan is Green Lantern, and in 2011, all his adventures will be in one place. Cartoon Network is proud to present an all-new original series, Green Lantern, the animated series. Go Green. Coming to Cartoon Network.
Hey Media Junkyard, this is Ralph, and I'm here with Jim Krieg, one of the producers of Green Lantern, the animated series on Cartoon Network. And when is
the least important producer, but officially a producer.
And for those who are uninitiated, can you give a brief synopsis of what we're going to see in the Green Lantern animated series?
Oh, well, what we're going to see is the best possible version of a beloved comic book character come to life in Bruce Timm's designs in glorious CG, and you're going to flip out. I did. I'm telling you, I saw the footage, finished and rendered with sound and music for the first time, and I teared up a little. It was like, wow, I think we did it.
Now, for those of you who haven't seen it, there's a sizzle reel out there on the internet. Is that the final footage?
Well, you'll have to stick around for the panel and find out. But no, it's not.
Oh, it's not. So we haven't seen the final footage yet. So that's something to look forward to. What kind of things are we going to be able to see in this series as far as like other characters besides the Green Lantern Corps, and what worlds are we going to visit, or can you even tell that to the audience?
I don't want to. I'm a real spoiler alert guy. Because if I just said it, you'd get that thrill for 1 second, but then you would miss out on the thrill of actually watching it and go, oh my gosh, they're using that character. He's so obscure,
So fans of the comic books are going to be very pleased with the end result?
Yeah, well, my diplomatic answer is if you are a fan of the comic book, you're going to see a lot of people that you are looking forward to see. But if you have never seen any of these characters before, you're still going to think it's cool. You'll still love it.
All right, I'm here with Bruce Timm, executive producer of Green Lantern, the animated series. And I'd like to know kind of basically how the series is going to play out. Will it be serialized or be individual episodes that are self-contained?
Well, it's a little bit of both. It's mostly self-contained shows. There is an overall story arc. Actually, there's several different story arcs. But for the most part, every episode kind of stands alone. So.
Okay. And Atrocitus will be the main villain throughout the series?
Yeah, Atrocitus and the Red Lanterns are kind of big bad, and that's kind of like the entire thrust of the storyline. But they're not going to necessarily be in every episode, but they're always kind of be lurking in the shadows, ready to pounce. So.
Yeah. And now I've heard that there's going to be a lot of worlds to visit. Is it something where we're going to see a lot in each episode, or will one episode take place in a different sector? How's that all going to play out?
Well, it's a little bit weird in that almost the entire show takes place out. It's a new concept, actually, for the Green Lantern mythos, is that we come up with this idea that this series takes place out beyond the fringe of Guardian space. We actually call it frontier space, and it's the Guardians are kind of like trying to expand their not their turf, but the parts of space that they actually look over and protect, and they're trying to expand outward. So they've started to seed Green Lanterns on the outer edge of Guardian space, and so that's where Hal and Kilowog have to go to, because as it turns out, something's killing the Guardians on the frontier, so they have to go out and investigate, and we find out it's the Red Lanterns that are up to no good, and so that's kind of. That didn't really answer your question, but the short answer is that most episodes take place on one specific locale. Okay. And usually different episode or different planet per episode.
And one last question: have you visited the Flaming Sea Gallery?
I haven't had a chance to get over there yet. I do plan to.
All right. So. Thank you very much.
You bet. Thank you. Bye.
We're here with Giancarlo Volpe.
Giancarlo Volpe.
All right, awesome. And he is one of the producers on Green Lantern, the animated series, coming to Cartoon Network. And let me ask you a question. You've worked on the Clone Wars, correct? And I want to ask, what's similar and what's different from the Clone Wars as far as Green Lantern's concerned?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, obviously, the show takes place in space, so that makes it like Clone Wars. And one of the things that's actually kind of inherent to the Green Lantern Corps is that it's a lot like the Jedi Knights.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's this band of heroes that basically kind of enforce the law intergalactically. So there's definitely these unavoidable similarities. But one of the things that, me and Bruce and Jim had talked about is that we didn't want it to just feel like the other Star Wars show or the other science fiction show on TV. So we were like, well, how do we make it not Star Wars? So we were like, maybe Star Trek. So we borrowed things from Star Trek, but I think that at the end of the day, the series is very science fiction-y, and you'll see influences from Star Wars and Star Trek and other shows, all kind of stuck together.
Which is pretty unavoidable because it happens in the comics with like Sinestro's downfall and stuff like that. Is very similar to like Anakin. Will we be seeing? I know we won't be seeing Sinestro in the first series, or will we at least see him as maybe a Green Lantern a couple times?
Well, we were under strict orders not to put Sinestro in the series because they kind of didn't know what they were going to do with him in the movie at the time. And, now as, the movie has come out and we sort of see that final scene, it's a lot more clear sort of where that character is headed. So hopefully that'll give us a little bit more license at some point to work him in the show, because I think, it can't be Green Lantern without Sinestro.
Yeah, exactly. Could you tell us, is the show going to be more like a cop drama, or is it going to be more like an adventure? Like, can you kind of give us an overall feel of what the show is going to be like?
Yeah. I mean, it's weird. When we first kind of met and talked about it, we had pitched it as a cop drama, kind of like a buddy cop drama in space, but because of the threat of the Red Lanterns is so huge, it actually feels a little bit more like war. So it's kind of took this war turn, which I think is fun, and it just allows us some other options later to do more of the buddy cop thing. But it definitely has kind of a we're stuck in this terrible situation, and how are we going to get out of it?
And I know there's a lot of time in the show spent in outer space. Is there going to be room for Hal to get some R&R on Earth and hang out with Carol Ferris and all that kind of stuff? Like, is there going to be a lot of that?
We sprinkled that in, just a little bit. And I think that type of stuff is important because it kind of reminds the audience that after everything's said and done, Hal Jordan is just an Earthling. He's immortal, like any one of us. So I thought that it was kind of important to at least get that in there. But for the most part, the show takes place in space, and it's very much a space adventure.
And one final question. Will we be getting any more Green Lanterns from Earth?
Any more Green Lanterns from Earth? Well, I'll tell you this. I don't know if I can say for sure, but I'm definitely, my favorite is Guy Gardner. And, as long as the show does well and the series continues, I'd be more than happy to work them all in. So,
well, thanks for joining us. It was good talking to you. Thanks.
So this might be, not only is this the first time certain folks have been at Comic-Con, but we have a long-time listener and a first time in a vidcast for Media Junkyard. So why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves first? To my left,
Angie.
We have Angie. And to my right, we have the Canadian Cougar,
Daniel. Oh, wait, no. It's not me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Moira Brown.
Moira.
So hello, everybody.
Hi.
So, guys, this is your first Comic-Con, right? You've never been here before. Did it live up to your expectations thus far?
Yeah, it really has. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been crazy.
Nice.
I feel like we've got a good mix of everything, and
for sure.
Yeah.
How about you, Moira? What do you think of the line management of Comic-Con?
I'm gonna get away from this one before I get hurt.
Actually, I really do think, all things considered, given the huge mass of humanity they have to move through that building, they do a really good job.
Do a good job. So, give me a highlight. Or highlights and lowlights. Let's do both. So, Angie, what's the best thing you've seen at Comic-Con thus far?
Oh, God.
Media Junkyard, excellent. So
exactly. There you go, right there. Meeting Boston. Done.
And that
can be checked off my bucket list.
Stop it. No, seriously, what's the best part of Comic-Con so far?
I don't know. That's really hard. I really love the Fringe panel.
Fringe panel was amazing.
Was awesome.
I'm hearing great things about the Fringe panel. Yeah. You guys all go to it?
Oh, so good.
We did.
You guys did?
It was so good.
Nice.
Especially if you're a Fringe fan, it was awesome.
Very cool.
It was very cool.
Very cool. Maureen, what's your favorite part thus far?
Was Ballroom 20 because I got to see Torchwood, which I don't watch, but now I will.
Me too. I'm the same way.
I know,
I'd
because
never
it
heard
was
of it.
so good.
Yeah.
I've been telling people I need to watch the show. I'll give it a shot.
But it's made me want to see it.
Nice.
And Walking Dead, which I love, and then The Big Bang Theory. So,
Big Bang Theory
and
is
that
awesome.
was my
Very
epic
cool.
lining up at 5:30 in the morning to get in thing and learning how to jump the lines.
The only thing I did really at 5:30 in the morning this entire week was
go to bed,
sit right here, and just and ponder the day's events peacefully by the non-existent fire behind us.
You want to hear the worst thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The worst parts of
The
Comic-Con.
worst part is the stupidity of having to line up at like 5 in the morning trying to get a pass for next year and then failing miserably and having no information about how it was supposed to be run and having rumors flying everywhere and people being stressed in the lineup. That was probably
kind of a pain.
that was kind of the stupidest thing so far.
All right, but that was off-site, so it doesn't matter.
No, here.
So Comic-Con still rules,
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
right? Comic-Con's a
Got
fun
it.
place
Yes, correct.
where we all get together
I have to say,
and ponder by the fire
Well, and the other
at
highlights all
5:30 in the morning.
at 5:30 in the morning.
I have to say, my favorite moment actually was meeting Damon Lindelof and getting a picture with him because I'm so inspired by him and what he does and all the stuff he does. And he was just like, I think everybody, like Robert Kirkman and all the celebrities that we met have been so cool and so laid back, and you never know what you're going to get with people that you idolize or that you like. And so it's so cool to see that they come here and they enjoy it as well. And
Did you apologize to Damon Lindelof on behalf of the Media Junkyard for scaring the shit out of him?
I did not.
At the convention center?
He stayed. It was his choice. I mean, he made that choice, and that's what it's all about, according to law.
Thanks, Damon, for hanging out. So that wraps up for our first timers.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a second time?
We got our tickets, so we're ready.
Anyway, moving on.
Wow.
That's amazing!
That was amazing!
Well, I'm going to awkwardly step out of frame.
So, Moira, which properties were your favorite ones to appear at San Diego Comic-Con 2011?
What the hell is that? Property. I don't even know what that means.
Well, that was amazing! Thanks for playing.
All right, we're here with Yvonne Strahovski from Chuck. I guess really what everyone wants to know is what can we expect from Sarah in season 5?
Well, I kind of feel like the pressure is off a little bit of Sarah because, now that Morgan has the intersect, it's sort of a little bit different for me. I think she'll be like flourishing more into her normal married life and trying to make a business work because now we're running a business, I guess, now that we're not under the control of the CIA and the NSA. So, hopefully I get to do more of what I love to do on the show, which is, fight scenes and all the drama and stuff.
Now season 5, it's been said it's the last season. What's your thoughts? What's it like on set and what's, the vibe and, what's your thoughts on that?
Because it's the last season, you mean? Well, we haven't been on set yet, so because we start shooting next week on Wednesday, but I think this is the first taste of it got a bit emotional out there at the end when we did the panel because we're all sort of feeling that it's the end, and it's it's bittersweet, it's emotional, yeah.
So there's a nice reaction from the fans.
Yeah, it really is. They've been there from day one supporting us, and I want to take every opportunity I can to thank the fans because they really have pulled through for us on so many levels and have been so loyal. I've never seen such a loyal, more dedicated fan base.
All right, we're here with Mark Christopher Lawrence, Big Mike on Chuck, one of our favorite characters on the Junkyard.
Oh, I appreciate it.
So you just got back from the panel. What was the reaction like?
It was a great panel. It's like the fans were enthusiastic as usual. there were some bittersweet moments of love and sadness, and we're just looking forward to the new season.
So, I mean, speaking of the new season, what can we expect from Big Mike? Is he going to go out with a big bang on the last season?
I know that there's some funny stuff in the works, and we haven't gone into any detail about it yet, and so we're just looking forward to see what the writers come up with and get out there and put it out the best I can for you.
So, I mean, what's it feeling like? Are you going to be sad when it's all over and done with?
Well, as an actor, you love to have a job that lasts 5 years, you know what I mean? And then part of you wants to do other characters, and it'll definitely be a bittersweet moment for me. I think I'll miss the people. I'll miss the interaction with the fans, and there'll definitely be some sadness. Yeah.
Have you got a chance to check out the con at all? Like, walk around?
Not yet. I think today is my only opportunity, either today or tomorrow. And today it's kind of jam-packed. We're wall-to-wall most of the day today. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're really looking forward to season 5 and seeing what Big Mike gets up to.
Thank you.
Thanks so
I'm
much.
looking forward to. Thank you.
All right. Adam Baldwin plays Don Casey on Chuck, of course. So you just got back to the panel. What was it like? What was the reaction?
It was an overwhelming expression of love that was that just felt. I don't know. It brought a tear to some people's eyes, especially Zach's, especially at the end. It was, heartwarming and funny, and it's sad to see that it's at the end, but all good things.
So season 4, we've kind of gotten like two sides of John. We have the badass, kick a lot of ass John, and we've got like the family man, softer side. So, I mean, in season 5, can we expect kind of like a nice wrap up of his daughter Alex and his ex-wife? Is it going to be like a happy ending for John?
It'll either be a very happy ending or it'll be a devastating, explosive death. I'm hoping, unless there's a spin-off, they might want to do a spin-off with me and Morgan, and then maybe Casey has to fake his own death so that they can think he's gone. At this point, we don't know. But I'm hoping that the woman who plays Alex, McKenna Melvin, is included in more of the missions, because I think that girl kicks ass.
She absolutely does. Now, as far as the team goes, you fired from the CIA. You kind of just doing like the freelance thing. Morgan's a new intersect. And, John and Morgan have a pretty good chemistry. I mean, what's the dynamic going to be like, you think, in the new season?
I think it will dovetail very well with the original first few episodes, where Casey is begrudgingly taking Morgan under his wing, as he did with Chuck, and growing respect depending on the results. But he'll always be concerned about the danger, the safety of Alex. So the stakes are high in that regard.
So this being the final season of Chuck, what's the feeling like? Are you going to be sad when it's all gone, and are you going to keep in touch with everyone, or?
It's funny how that works in the business. You rarely make very, very close friends. You can make a few acquaintances, but there are a few people that come into your life while you're working that stay there. And Zach is one of those guys, and Gomez is one of those guys, and a couple of the others on the show have really been people who've made a mark in my life, and I will work. It's really upon my shoulders to maintain those relationships, and I will.
That's awesome. Well, we're really excited for the new season, and we love what you've done so far.
Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Thanks. God bless.
Season 5, last season, I believe you have 13 episodes?
13 episodes.
How are you approaching, writing the last season?
We are going to blow it out. That's what we're going to do. We have an opportunity, which is great, to close out our story and to tell a big final chapter, and that's what we're going to do. We're just going to throw everything in a kitchen sink and just leave nothing behind, and that's the fun of the Chuck show, and it's kind of the way we've done it in the past. This year, we know, though, this is it. This is the end. Let's do it out in a big way.
You can write with confidence now and not be like, well, can we go for it at the end? And You guys still have, I mean, I've never envied you not knowing how many episodes you have, but this is the first time I'm like, okay, fantastic. We have 13 to do. We know where it's going. We know how it's ending. And it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. We're going to cherish I don't think there'll be one complaint on set, too, because we know we're not going to have this opportunity, on my end, at least.
I love the fact that writing with confidence. I'm going to write with confidence. Yes! Semicolon. Go!
This will be huge!
Anything you can, tease, any, thing you can give away, what we can expect?
Oh, well, well, we have a lot of exciting stuff coming up. We have, it's like the very beginning of the season very much gets into the Morgan-Chuck relationship, the bromance, the spy side of the story. All of that stuff. It's like we're going to take everything we have in the show, our great relationships, and we're going to twist them around a bit. We're going to have fun with that. So like, nobody is ever safe on the Chuck show.
Anything maybe awesome for Devin coming up in the next season?
We have some really cool stuff coming up.
I just got a couple little teasers at the other table that he was talking about.
Yeah,
that
you want to say?
Go ahead.
You do. I want to say.
No, it's you tell him, because I may go overboard and start making stuff up.
No, I like that. I need stuff. He will become the face of the Buy More.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I love being the face of the Buy More. I think that's something that fans were asking in season 1. I'm like, there's no chance that could ever happen. And now here we are, season 5. I love it.
Awesome. We're really excited for season 5, so thanks so much. All right, Zach Levi, Josh Gomez. What's up, guys? Nice to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you as well, man. How are you?
How's the con been? How's the panel and everything?
It's great. It's been fantastic. Our fans are as lovely and as passionate as always, and it's great to have one last panel with them,
Yeah, emotional, exciting, and it's fun and exciting and new.
The Love Boat?
Come on board. But yeah, it's been great. And so I'm just always so honored to be here, and to be invited down here and to get that kind of reception at this place from these kind of fans. It's the best,
Yeah.
All right, so going into season 5, Chuck no longer the intersect.
No.
Morgan intersect. Is it a little bit like jealousy?
No, no. I mean, I don't know where the season's going to go, but I'm stoked. I love that Josh gets to be even more integrated into the spy world than he already is now, which I was excited about to begin with. And now he gets to go do all those fight scenes, and I don't have to, so it's fantastic.
You excited about it, Josh?
Oh, sure, I guess that's a good word. Excited. Maybe. I am. Honestly, it's sort of, I'm not looking to, like I said, they're kind of big shoes to fill.
13.
13.
I mean.
It's, come on, everybody. It's not, but I'm not looking to do that. I just want to just have fun, and I am excited. I'm kind of a little terrified, and I want fans to enjoy it, and still give them what they want, which is Chuck, it's the Chuck show. So it's just a new little wrinkle, a new obstacle for him to overcome and be a part of it. And he's kind of up and running on his own, which is kind of cool. I mean, he made it. He did it, This thing was just a tool to kind of help him maybe getting up and running, and he's there, so.
It's awesome, guys. Thanks so much, and we're really excited.
Thank you so much. Good to see you again.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So our interview series continues. We're here with the ever-popular Des from What's On with Steph and Des, and Mike from what's the one that you're doing now?
New Jersey?
No, not what state are you doing now? Like what's the podcast? Is it? I was trying to remember the name. Is it Fisherman Cast? Is that Fisher? Is it Fisher Cast? You? No, that's not. Oh, that's also you. Oh, is it Movie Snobbery? Wait, no, that's Robin. Yip Yip? No, it's not. No, it's not. No. Well, you do podcasts also. So we wanted to just try to figure out and talk to everybody about what they saw, what they liked, and try to get everybody's perspective. So, Des, why don't we start with you? What was your favorite panel so far?
I've been to one panel.
What did you see in that one panel so far?
Has to be your favorite. Jay and Jack. This is Jay and Jack panel.
Okay, follow-up question. Did you enjoy the Jay and Jack panel?
I enjoyed it. However, don't tell Jay and Jack.
Don't tell Jay and Jack we're standing right there. Don't tell them what?
Tell them.
I was very, very tired because I only had 3 hours of sleep, so I was falling asleep.
What? Okay, I'll make sure not to tell anyone that you were falling asleep during the Jay and Jack panel. I also won't tell Jay that you weren't the only person falling asleep during the Jay and Jack panel.
Who else was falling asleep?
Oh, Jay! I didn't. Hi.
How's it going?
How are you?
Don't try and act all nice now.
So how'd your panel go today?
Did you fall asleep and not pay attention? You weren't even there.
I wasn't even there.
I was in bed.
I was sleeping. I was sleeping.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, you know, not sleeping. I didn't sleeping all day.
Yeah, that's how it works. So what have you seen then, Des? If you haven't done panels, what have you been spending your time on besides men?
I have not spent my time on that. I don't know. It's been a frustrating year. I've been missing out on everything. I try to get autographs for everything, and I just miss out everything. So I haven't.
When you do get in a panel, you fall asleep.
Exactly. You know? Exactly. The only panel I've been to. I had been 3 hours of sleep. I'd walked all day. I sat down, and I got sleepy. I'm sorry. Nothing against you guys. You guys were great. Entertaining, as always. But, yeah, I don't know. Yes, as always.
Awesome. So then we'll change it up. Mike, you, I guess, have gone to more than one panel. What has your...
I went to two.
All right.
Yes, and they were both excellent. Yeah, you can finish me while you're there.
What? There's so much blue.
I need a towel belt. I don't know.
What were the two panels you saw?
I saw Torchwood and I saw The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah. So how was Walking Dead?
Excellent. The season 2 trailer looks very intense. Very happy. They're running away from the CDC, thank God.
I guess if you can pan over it all, we have a casting couch of individuals here. I guess we'll go with that then. We'll just go into what's next. So who also saw Walking Dead?
I did.
Do you guys want to come talk about all right.
The kid also saw Walking Dead. No, he didn't.
And then why don't we just move down the couch? Move down.
So, Comic-Con is awesome. This is my 4th time here, 2nd time with the kids, and Walking Dead panel was fantastic. The trailer was great. It was worth waiting in line at 6:15 in the morning. And today, this boy here wore his black Spider-Man costume.
The black Spider-Man costume?
Spider-Man costume, and was asked to pose for pictures about 6-7 times. It was pretty awesome.
Do you have web shooters? No. How did you pose for pictures?
Show the pose.
It's a good pose. It's a good pose.
You tried out the Comic-Con daycare today. How was that? Was it fun?
Yes.
I heard a rumor that they have a bouncy castle.
Is that true? Can you confirm or deny this rumor?
Yes.
Yes, you can confirm or deny it. Wonderful. You're the best mini Michael Cera.
Yeah.
Danny, you also saw Walking Dead, and this is also your first year at San Diego.
Yes, first Comic. Yeah, this is my first Comic-Con, and it has been ridiculous and crazy, and I've loved every minute of it, especially getting up at 4:30 in the morning to get in line for such things as the Walking Dead panel. And the Walking Dead panel was awesome, and if I can say, the trailer gave me wood. It is that good.
Geekwood?
Oh my God, yes, major Geekwood. Look it up. It is terrific.
Speaking of Geekwood, here's one Mr. Chris Geipek.
All right, we're here with Joshua Jackson, Peter Bishop on Fringe. You don't exist, but you're here, so that's a good sign. I like that. So please tell us that you'll be there in season 4.
I will, in some form or function, be there in season 4. Yeah.
Can't see anything, nothing else?
Well, there's so much changes because of that cliffhanger. So a lot of the story that we have known from before is going to get retold. But of course, Peter isn't a part of that, so I don't want to give away the way in which they bring me back or how it is that I come to be back, because I think it's kind of a fun discovery, but I will be a part of season 4.
That's awesome. I mean, how is the fan reaction to the panel?
Well, the panel here is always, for us, the best part, no offense, of doing these things is the panel, because they're just so much fun. And our fans are not only into it, but they know the show backwards and forwards. So this year, I think we did the smartest thing. Last year, we did a lot of us talking, and this time was a lot of the audience talking, because the questions that the panel that the audience brings to the panel are just so much better than anything we can come up with. So they're a ton of fun. That's my favorite part of the day.
What tends to be, what the fans want to know the most?
It runs the gamut. I mean, we had questions like, silly questions about, like what's Walter's favorite food, and all the way to a very serious question about having characters with either physical disabilities or learning disabilities, and how we've incorporated them into the show, and apropos of Walter and the alternate Astrid. So it's everything. It's all over the place.
Have you got to explore the con at all?
Well, we don't. The first year I was able to get around the con, but now that Fringe is actually on the air, it's a bit difficult to navigate the floor. So, and it's kind of a whirlwind. Like, we arrive, and then it's a full day worth of stuff, and then they yank us out.
All right, well, it's great to see you. Glad that you're going to be back in the show. It's a pleasure. We're here with Seth Gable, plays Lincoln Lee, who actually has been quite a popular character for our listeners and viewers.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
Awesome.
So I guess congrats on becoming a series regular. First off,
thank you.
I know a lot of people are excited to see more of you. So how was the panel? This is your first Fringe panel.
This is my first Fringe panel, my first Comic-Con experience, and it's been incredible. I mean, we work up in Vancouver, so we don't really have a touch on the pulse of what the audience thinks of the show, and I think the others do because they've been here before. But for me, we've just kind of been in a shell hiding up there, and for me to get to come out and kind of see everyone's reaction and how passionate they are and how much they actually notice, to see the attention to detail is incredible, because it just inspires us to put even more detail into the show and work that much harder, because we know that people are actually listening. It's a very intelligent audience, which is just a pleasure to know.
Now, we've seen a little bit of the Blueverse Lincoln. Are we going to see more of him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that Lincoln. That's my favorite Lincoln, because it's kind of how I feel on the inside at all times. We'll see more of him. We'll see more of the other Lincoln, and I'm hoping we get to see them collide at some point.
All right, cool. Well, can't wait to check out Season 4 of Fringe. Thanks for chatting with us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
The panel was great. We had a lot of fun. The fans are really, really excited about next season. It was really exciting to see the reaction to Josh Jackson coming out, knowing that he will definitely be part of the show. And of course, Fringe being Fringe, there's no way of knowing how or how his character will interact, if he will come back the same way. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. It was great having the fans meet Seth Gable, as Seth Gable for the first time. So yeah, it was great.
So a little bit of a theory that we came up with. So as you should know, Redverse Broyles was killed.
Yes.
So, but now we're thinking, okay, so Peter no longer exists. So if that's the case, might there possibly be, Redverse Broyles back in the equation again?
Well, given that Peter never existed, it's entirely possible. I mean, I can't say for sure, but it's entirely possible that there may be some version of Broyles that is out there, besides our primary Broyles.
Which version do you, I guess, prefer playing, or which is closer to yourself?
Well, it's funny because when I think about which closer to myself, I mean, generally I don't like playing characters that are very close to myself. On the other hand, I have to say that the role that was more fun for me to play was Alt Broyles, and I think only because he was humanized so much, because he had his family, and he was, with primary Broyles, he's much more of an administrator, whereas Alt Broyles was much more of kind of he was a colonel, but he was a colonel in the field a lot.
We're back here once again this year with John Noble, who plays Walter Bishop on Fringe.
Hi.
Now, Peter Bishop, he no longer exists. How is that going to, change the character of Walter, and what can we expect from him in the next season?
Well, as long as that exists, I mean, as long as he no longer exists in our consciousness, then you're going to see what Walter Bishop would have been like if he'd been taken out of St. Clair's, put to work, but without the saving grace of Peter, to make him human, to make him lovable, to make him funny. He's just that man that came out of the mental institution. It's not going to last forever, but that's where we start, with this sort of madman who's working for Olivia.
So, I mean, are we going to see, is there going to be, explain why, Walter went to the other universe without Peter, other reasons for him to do
mean, as far as I'm concerned, and I don't know this for sure, but I think he still had a son, Peter. I think so. And there was still a Peter on the other side. I think he lost his son and still went over to the universe to get him, but didn't succeed in saving the second one. That's my theory, and that's kind of makes absolute sense to me. So all of the read and like stuff of going in the lake, all held together, except that Peter didn't survive. Because otherwise the rift between the universes doesn't work. You know, it's because water breached the universe that we've had all the trouble. That's my guess. I'm sticking to it.
Which version of Walter do you prefer playing?
Well, they're both great characters. Obviously, Walter is gives me a lot more opportunities. I mean, he's very random, he's very free. I can do pretty well whatever I like with Walter, in terms of rhythmically and so forth. Walter is much more stitched up, but that in itself is really interesting to play, and therefore the interaction with other people is very different. I like them both.
All right, thanks so much for chatting with us.
Cheers.
Thank you. All right, we're here with Anna Torv, who plays Olivia Dunham on Fringe. Okay, so season 4.
Yes.
What can we expect out of Olivia? Maybe we get to see maybe some new powers. Maybe does that kind of tie into maybe how they get Peter back in some way?
I don't know. Well, that was the first I heard of it on the panel today. They wanted the audience asked what happened to Olivia's powers, and the showrunners, Jeff and Joel, said, well, maybe they might come up. So that would be exciting. I hadn't really thought of it. I mean, I'd been wondering where my supersonic hearing went, but that was all. But then without Peter, I don't know how far she went with I don't know how far Walter went with the Cortexiphan trials, because essentially that was for Peter and if he wasn't, so I don't know even if she has them.
Right. I have to say I loved your William Bell voice. It was quite good. What did you do to prepare for that?
I just listened to his stuff, but only his stuff that he did on Fringe. I didn't listen to any of his other work. And then bit the bullet and jumped. I mean, I don't know. I just tried.
You did fantastic. So thank you so much.
And there's another thing, another awesome event we all went to. Actually, when I say we all minus the person sitting next to me, he wasn't with me, or us. But we actually went and saw Captain America, which was awesome. So let's go through the crowd here and see who. You know what? Let's go see what the Canadians thought about Captain America. Let's go. Calling all Canadians.
Is there any?
Calling all Canadians.
He went
I
home.
am the Canadian Cougar. No.
I am the Canadian Cougar.
So, Moira, we want to get the true North perspective on the newest of the Marvel summertime sagas, which is Captain America. What'd you think?
I loved it.
Yeah?
I loved it. I knew nothing about the comic book at all.
She said a boat.
I guess I did. I knew nothing about it at all before I went. I had no preconceptions, and it was a well-told story. It was funny in places. It had great actors like Tommy Lee Jones. It was awesome.
Yeah. So you're coming from the perspective of someone who's not even a fan of Captain America, and you really enjoyed the movie that much.
I enjoyed it. In fact, so much so that today I said to my husband, he really wants to see it. I said, I will go again with you. I will watch it.
Fantastic. I will definitely see it again a second time. And coming from a Captain America nerd, I was a little bit nervous. I didn't want to say that out loud before I went, but I was a little bit nervous to see how it was going to go. But I got to say, Chris Evans was phenomenal.
Like a wallet back here?
Yeah.
I need $1.
All right, hang on. But we had an amazing
This is
time.
flashbacks from my bachelor party.
Yes.
I need $1.
So there is a Canadian that just joined the pool deck here, and we actually are in a perfect time to ask you a very vital question. We're trying to get the True North perspective on Marvel's biggest blockbuster movie, and which we all saw together, and you actually sat next to me. We saw Captain America.
I did not touch his popcorn.
Damn, nobody touches my popcorn.
I think that it was a great movie, not because of the superhero-ness, but because it was one of the best war movies I've ever seen. And I like war movies, so the whole thing that he's supposed to be Captain United States,
America,
but he's called Captain America. It was awesome. Awesome.
Now, have you read any Captain America comics at all, previous?
No, I haven't actually read any of the comics.
They don't actually let them into the country. That's why we have.
You guys have an embargo on Captain America?
Because it should be Captain United States, right?
So we have two people who are non-fans of Captain America who might now actually be fans of Captain America.
Well, at the end.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I don't think it'll get me to read the comics, but it was awesome. I want to see more.
No, I mean,
I want to see
I want to go see the next movie.
Well, the good news is Captain America is going to be back in the Avengers, which is going to be coming out next summer. And if you were down in the Comic-Con exhibition floor, they actually had the locker with Captain America's costume from the new Avengers movie, and it looks pretty killer. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Captain America. We're going to go roast some marshmallows, I think. Or beat Cliff with more foreign objects.